Welcome to the InfoWars Nightly News. It is Tuesday, December 3rd, 2013. I'm Leanne McAdoo, and here's what's coming up tonight.
Tonight, the Amazon drone marketing scheme. Then, the war for energy. And Alex Jones calls to boycott the NFL. That's next on the InfoWars Nightly News.
I think I'm going to get on an airplane and go to where they're holding a stupid gladiatorial event. I mean, nothing against it. It's just guys bending over and guys put their hands down and then grab the ball, all pat each other and everything. So I think I shouldn't protest it because that's being anti-gay.
Well, everybody is talking about the grid these days. Energy officials are especially worried about the stability of this system as it's needed to carry electricity from place to place and also to spy on all of us Americans. We're constantly being reminded about how vulnerable the grid is to a freak storm or a terrorist attack or some hacker that's sophisticatedly hacked into the system from his mom's basement. Well, now they are telling us that the new struggle facing the grid is power itself, and specifically green energy. Experts say that as states race to bring more wind, solar, and geothermal power online, it's creating more anxiety for a grid that's designed for the previous century. Green energy is the least predictable kind. Nobody can say for certain when the wind will blow or the sun will shine. Solar panels might be cranking out huge amounts of energy one minute and then a tiny amount the next if a cloud arrives. So then the other big problem, of course, is energy storage. Power grid operators in some states have had to dump energy that's produced by wind turbines because they don't really have anywhere to store it. And they say it's getting to the point where we'll have to pay people not to produce power. Not to mention the fact that it takes tons of materials created via fossil fuels to actually build the wind turbines, as well as where are they going to put them all? And they don't even know if once they are approved, if regulators will then allow the lines that are necessary to carry electricity from place to place. They don't even, it's a mess. And tomorrow night, David Knight is going to get into greater detail about just how useless those renewables are to the grid in his interview with David Schnarr. But for now, it really seems like they are trying to scrap renewables altogether. And at the very least, their PR campaign is struggling. We're already hearing from countries like Canada, who in their big rush toward renewable energies are reporting that their energy rates are actually increasing by 60%. And now that governments around the world have agreed to stop global warming by reducing coal power and energy sources like oil and natural gas by 80%, now what are we going to do? Their reduction plan assumes that we'll be able to compensate for the ever-increasing energy demand by making our homes and machines more and more efficient. Now, this vastly expanded grid, it's going to prove to be too expensive. It could generate local opposition. And as I mentioned, there's no way to store the energy for when it is actually needed. Well, Sally Benson, who heads the Global Climate and Energy Project at Stanford University, is teaching her students how to think about reducing emissions with all energy. You can't lose jobs at all those power plants after all. Well, remarkably, the conclusion that students came up with mirrors what a lot of experts have found when they look at this problem. They recommend capturing carbon dioxide from plants that burn fossil fuel and burying it underground. They also say that reducing the emissions would mean producing a substantial amount of nuclear power.
Now you can watch the InfoWars Nightly News streaming live as it happens for free.
Check it out at Infowars.com/show.